This week on Vallo Vision News, Michael's aftermath, unbelievable before and after images show how part of the Florida Panhandle had been wiped away after the massive Category 4 hurricane made landfall. Find out how the city of Montevallo and UM's Department of Communication are lending a helping hand in the recovery efforts along the Gulf Coast.
Plus, UM's legendary laugh raft debate ended with a win for Dr. Alex Behringer. He stops by our studio to talk about winning the coveted ore.
And you've heard of snakes on a plane, but what about snakes in the ceiling? Later in the buzz, see what happened after this python came crashing down out of the ceiling. Vallo Vision News starts now. Hello, and welcome to Vallo Vision News. I'm Michaela Franklin.
And I'm Khalil Kyles. Thank you so much for joining us.
We begin this week with the recovery efforts along the Florida Panhandle. President Trump and the First Lady arrived in Florida Monday to see the damage from Hurricane Michael firsthand. They toured the damage in Lynn Haven and visited a distribution center where the president passed out bottles of water.
The President and First Lady's visit to the hurricane zone comes as tens of thousands of businesses and homes are still waiting to get their power restored. Reporter Omar Jimenez is in Florida with more on this massive recovery efforts.
Days after Hurricane Michael slammed into the Florida Panhandle, people are still suffering. Widespread destruction and lack of electricity has many survivors living in dire conditions.
Damage is so widespread. We've registered over 20,000 people already in individual assistance within FEMA.
People in hard-hit areas have been waiting in long lines just to get essentials like food and water. With supplies low, some people have resorted to looting.
This hit so hard and so fast that the different aspect of human nature is going to come out, and people are going to do anything to survive.
Hundreds of thousands of customers still without power in 7 states from Florida to Virginia.
We're down to a little less than 200,000 people without power. We're making progress every day on that.
On Sunday, President Trump approved the disaster declaration in Georgia for counties that took a direct hit from Michael. Monday, President Trump is expected to get a first-hand look at hurricane damage in the region as people along the storm's path of destruction try to regain a sense of normalcy.
We're going to help each other out, and we're going to get through this.
In Panama City, I'm Omar Jimenez.
Alabama cotton farmers are also feeling the devastating impact from Hurricane Michael. Experts say Michael's strong wind and rain matted the cotton, which makes it harder for machines to pick. Farmers were preparing for what analysts predicted would be the best harvest in a decade, but now the damage to this year's crop is being called catastrophic.
From our early anticipated loss reports, we're looking at nearly a $100 million loss. That's our initial estimates for Southeast Alabama. And that's the revenue that would have been spent right here in our local economy.
The city of Montevallo is partnering with the UM's Department of Communication to help recovery efforts in the Florida Panhandle. The supply drive is collecting items to cover basic needs in the hard-hit Panama City area like non-perishable food, water, flashlights, lanterns, bath wipes, and gas cans. The drive is also collecting cleaning and construction supplies like masks, rubber gloves and work gloves, plastic tarps, hammers and nails, and bleach. Check our Facebook page for a list with more items you can donate. You can bring your donations to Strong Hall, Montevallo Cities Hall, Lucky's, Pick and Save, or Tractor Supply until this Friday.
The University of Montevallo celebrated its 122nd during Thursday's annual day celebration. December and May graduates and faculty lined up on Main Quad before entering Palmer Auditorium. This year's keynote speakers, UM alumni Willie Phillips and Amos Sneed, spoke to students about their success in the Washington, D.C. and the benefits of UM's alumni network. Seniors then recited the senior pledge before donning their graduation robes. This year's Founders Day ceremony also featured a preview of the College Night Centennial celebration with samples of purple and gold songs from decades-old College Night shows. Founders Day festivities wrapped up with the 21st annual Life Raft Debate in Palmer Auditorium with Dr. Scott Varagana as MC. UM Professors Scott Turner, Emily Gill, Courtney Bentley, Laura McMillan, and Alex Behringer competed to see who would be the last on this year's Laugh Raft. After helping his competition with several PowerPoints throughout the debate, Dr. Behringer got the most votes, earning the or and the last spot on the hypothetical raft. You can rewatch the entire Laugh Right debate on the Montevallo For You YouTube channel. In just a few minutes, check out our in-studio interview with Dr. Behringer about his Laugh Right debate victory. The College Night Centennial celebration took place this past Saturday. The day was lined up with events for alumni and students to both enjoy. It kicked off with a tailgate followed by a dinner show and closing out with a theatrical review. Centennial College Night festivities will pick back up in February 2019.
Time is running out to register to vote in the midterm election. The deadline to register is next Monday, October 22nd. Visit the Alabama Secretary of State for more election information and voter registration forms. You must be registered by the 22nd to be able to vote in the election on Tuesday, November 6th. Visit our Vallo Vision News website and Facebook page for more information. Facebook is cracking down on political misinformation ahead of next month's midterm elections. The company says it shut down more than 800 pages and accounts that broke the rules against what it calls spam and coordinated inauthentic behavior. Facebook says spam networks are stepping up their use of sensational political content to drive traffic to their websites. Facebook has been under scrutiny since 2016 for allowing misinformation to flourish on its platform. Also from Facebook, 30 million users were hacked. Hackers accessed the usernames, birth dates, hometowns, and work histories of 14 million users. The rest could have had their emails and phone numbers stolen. After the attack, administrators logged out almost 100 million users as a precaution. Facebook and the FBI are actively investigating.
Delta Gamma sorority will be hosting their annual Anchor Splash Philanthropy Tuesday, October 16th. Greek students will participate in multiple aquatic relays and a synchronized swimming competition. The Sisters of DG will also announce Mr. and Mrs. Anchor Splash. The event will start Tuesday night at 6 p.m. at the Student Activity Center. For more information on the event, contact the Delta Gamma sorority on their social media. Remember, there's always more news 24/7 on our social media pages.
Just search for Vallo Vision News on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more stories throughout the week.
Still ahead on Vallo Vision News, hear from Life Raft Debate winner Dr. Alex Behringer on how he used comics to defend the English department and earned the last spot on the raft.
Plus, baby on board? Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan are expecting a baby. Find out when the newest member of the royal family will be born.
And blocking bullies. See what steps Instagram is taking to crack down on bullying on its social media platform. We'll be right back.
Your success depends upon effective communication. Visit montevallo.edu/COFA. You create your future in communication studies and mass communication. You belong at Montevallo.
We're joined now by Dr. Alex Behringer, winner of the 2018 Life Raft Debate.
Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Behringer.
Thank you.
What were your strategies coming into the debate?
What were my strategies? Well, I know that you always need to do a combination of playing to the crowd, but then also giving them some content because people really care about what you're saying. So I incorporated, I thought, some funny, weird stick figures that I thought would help play to the crowd. And it was kind of fun to draw my competitors as like barnyard animals and things. But then I also had this really sincere message, I think, about the value of literature and about what it can offer us in today's heated political and social climate.
What was your thought process throughout the whole entire debate?
Oh, I don't know if I was thinking at all. I think I was just kind of watching what the other contenders were doing and trying to have a good time, really. You know, it's people who had done the debate before, Aaron Chandler in particular told me, you know, you get out there and it's really a lot of fun, and I didn't believe that for a minute. But it was, you know, you kind of get into the moment and, you know, there's this big crowd of screaming people and it's just a good time.
And as you were sitting and watching the competition, did any of your ideas change? Because you were the last person to go.
Yeah, they did change. They did change. Well, and Yeah, well, and I ad-libbed the whole last thing because at the very end I came out and said, well, this whole life raft thing is a metaphor. And that was partly because I was watching the other competitors and thinking, well, they're giving us all these literal explanations, things like we'll start a revolution or we'll use pictures so that other people can understand us. And none of those things make sense if you're treating the life raft as a metaphor. And so that was what I felt like, I just kind of came out and said it, I guess.
Well, what was it like to hear them call your name as the winner?
It was pretty exciting. I'm kind of a competitive person. I maybe try to put on this sort of facade of being, mild-mannered or quiet or whatever, but at the end of the day, I want to win.
Absolutely.
So I was pretty excited.
Did fixing PowerPoints throughout the whole entire night, was that part of your game plan?
I heard there was this conspiracy theory about the PowerPoints. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. No, so the story behind that was that was my laptop. And so if something went wrong with the laptop, it really was on me. Apparently it worked to my advantage. I had no idea.
Well, since the life raft debate, have you seen any of the tweets?
I saw a couple of the tweets, yeah.
What do you think about them?
Well, most of them were very kind. I think some people thought I used too many pictures, but then I thought, I'm the comics guy, Yeah. How can I not use pictures if I'm supposed to be somebody who's talking about the value of comics and the value of visual languages and things like that?
One tweet, if my memory serves me correctly, said if Dr. B can save PowerPoints, he can save the whole entire world.
I feel like that sometimes in the classroom, right? Where you have like 2 minutes until a class starts and the PowerPoint's not going.
Yeah. I think all teachers have struggled with PowerPoints before. Definitely. Well, congrats again on winning the debate. We'll be right back with the buzz.
Okay, thank you.
Your success depends upon effective communication. Visit montevallo.edu/COFA. You create your future in communication studies and mass communication. You belong at Montevallo.
Welcome back to Vallo Vision News. Now it's time for The Buzz.
Stephanie Michael joins us now for a look at the stories that we're buzzing about. Stephanie?
Thanks, guys. The British royal family is growing. Kensington Palace confirmed Monday morning Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, is pregnant with her first child. Markle and Prince Harry got married in May at Windsor Castle. The baby is expected next spring. Britain's Queen Elizabeth II will be the child's grandmother. The Queen and other members of the royal family congratulated Meghan and Harry Friday at Princess Eugenie's wedding. The baby will be 7th in line to the throne. Very exciting.
Cute. I can't wait to see what this little prince looks like. I mean,
yeah, I can't wait to hear what they're going to name him.
That's the part I'm excited about.
Yeah, I like hearing the names.
I love this whole love story that they have. She's actually from a city that's about like 20 minutes away from my hometown, and it's crazy that now she's all the way across the country, across seas, really.
You might be next.
It's a happy ending for a fairy tale. Kanye West is back on social media a week after deleting his Twitter and Instagram accounts. The controversial rapper shared a series of videos on Twitter Saturday. He captioned, "Mind Control." The last video features more than 9 minutes of West offering thoughts on a variety of subjects, including the role he thinks social media plays in mind control. West has been criticized for supporting President Trump and for his comments during a meeting with the commander-in-chief in the Oval Office last week. Following Saturday's mind control post, West announced on Sunday how he's spending his time in Uganda. One tweet offers an inside look at a pop-up studio where West is reportedly recording his next album. Instagram is cracking down on cyberbullying. According to the company, new technology will proactively go after bullying and harassment on the platform. that includes images and captions that compare rank or rate a person in a negative way. Those posts will be sent to Instagram's Community Operations Team for human review. This move is just one way the company is trying to combat bullying. A bullying comment filter is also being applied to live videos. The tool blocks offensive comments and removes spam. Users can also turn off comments on individual Instagram posts and block posts with certain keywords. And now for the story that most of us are not surprised by. The Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson love story has ended. The singer and Saturday Night Live comedian confirmed their engagement in June, just a few weeks after they started dating. A source tells CNN they're now calling off the wedding. The pair met while Grande was hosting SNL in 2014. They made things official after she broke up with late rapper Mac Miller. Davidson and Grande recently bought a home together, and Grande named a song after him on her latest album. A Grande source told People magazine that the relationship was way too much too soon, and that the breakup is not shocking to anyone. So what do we think about that? I mean, it was a whirlwind summer romance.
I'll leave all my personal opinions to myself.
Let's hear them. Go ahead.
I mean, honestly, I don't think you should have, got engaged that soon anyway, I thought she should have allowed herself some time to heal before she jumped into a next relationship. They could have been friends.
Yeah, and there are definitely sources that have said that Pete Davidson is still very much in love with her, that it was a one-sided breakup. So there might be hope in the future.
Yeah,
I do
hope they get back together.
I feel like it's been kind of a rough couple months for Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah,
first
most definitely.
Mac Miller passes away, and first she got engaged, then Mac Miller passes away, and now the engagement is off, and it's kind of been probably like very steep roller coaster for her lately, and I wish her all the best.
Yeah.
And the hologram of rehab singer Amy Winehouse is set to go on tour late next year. The announcement was made recently by Amy's father, Mitch Winehouse, and Base Hologram. It was met with mixed reactions from fans, saying the tour would, quote, tarnish her legacy and exploit her. Winehouse's father calls the tour a dream. The worldwide tour will help raise money and awareness for the Amy Winehouse Foundation, which aims to prevent young people from misusing drugs and alcohol. Winehouse passed away in 2011 at age 27 from alcohol poisoning. So the big question here is, would you pay to see a concert from a hologram?
I would, if my favorite, we all know who my favorite celebrity is, if she were to, pass, I would go, and I would pay a good amount of money to go see her. I think it's pretty cool.
I mean, especially if the technology is there and it's pretty lifelike, I think it'd be worth it.
I know at Coachella a few years ago they had a Tupac hologram, and I'm a huge hip hop fan, so I was all for it, So I think absolutely I would definitely pay to see a hologram, depending on who it is.
Yeah.
But
And a meeting in an office in China wrapped up early thanks to a massive python that fell from the ceiling. It happened during a morning meeting at a bank in South China's Nanning City. Meeting adjourned. The huge snake slithered around the office space until curling up under a couch. Eventually, the authorities arrived and collected it using extended tongs, a sack, and a whole lot of bravery. And if that happened here, we would all be running out of the building. I can't imagine.
absolutely.
Oh no, I don't do snakes.
I
don't do
Anything
snakes.
slithering or climbing, just don't do them. I asked my professor
Stay on
earlier
the
what he
ground.
would do, and he said he'd burn the building to the ground.
Yep.
I very much agree with him.
Count all of us out. Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. Remember, there's more campus and community news on our website.
Just head over to vallovisionnews.wordpress.com to see stories from mass communication student reporters throughout the week. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in to Vallo Vision News again next week.